Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decipher the language of big business so you don't have to. Today, we're diving into the recent 10K filing of Americold, a giant in temperature-controlled warehousing. Get ready because we're about to unpack some cold, hard facts and maybe even a few surprises. We'll start with a brief overview of Americold's business, including its impressive global reach and how it makes its money. This company isn't just about storing your ice cream, it's a critical piece of the food supply chain. Americold manages a massive network of temperature-controlled warehouses, about 239 of them across the globe. That's roughly 1.4 billion cubic feet of space. It's like a giant, organized freezer, where food producers, distributors, and retailers store everything from fruits and vegetables to meats and seafood. They operate across three main segments. First, the warehouse segment, their bread and butter, which involves renting out cold storage space and providing services like handling and packaging. Then there's transportation, where they manage the movement of goods for their clients. Finally, they have third-party managed warehouses where they run facilities for other companies. A key highlight here is their long-standing relationships with major customers. The average relationship with their top 25 clients exceeds 35 years, which speaks volumes about the reliability and value they provide. They do rely on a small number of clients, though, as their top 25 clients make up roughly 51% of warehouse revenues. They try to shield themselves from seasonality by using fixed contracts, which means customers guarantee to pay for a specific amount of space, no matter what. This helps create more stable revenue streams. Of course, Americold isn't the only player in the cold storage game. Competition comes from companies like Lineage and United States Cold Storage. They compete on things like location, size, service quality, and naturally price. Let's switch gears to their workforce. Americold employs roughly 13,755 people worldwide. A sizable portion of their workforce belongs to labor unions, about 31%, with 79 out of their 239 warehouses being unionized. Safety is important, and they carefully track associate incidents. The company is proud of its low record of 2.24 in total recordable incident rate, TRIR, well below the industry average. They try to maintain standards through associate training and safety programs. Like any modern business, they're also facing cybersecurity challenges. The company maintains a cybersecurity program, engages third-party experts to help them, and also conducts risk assessments. Importantly, the filing acknowledges that they've experienced significant cyber incidents in the past, including one in 2023 that affected their operations and financial results. Later in the report, we will be able to check whether this has been solved. Alright, now let's take a look at the risks. This section details all the things that could potentially derail their business, so it's crucial to pay attention. One key risk is their concentration in the temperature-controlled warehouse industry, making them vulnerable to downturns in that specific market. They also operate in specific geographic areas, so natural disasters or local economic slumps can hit them hard. They also have a substantial amount of debt, which could restrict their financial flexibility and ability to invest in new opportunities. Interest rate hikes are also a concern because it could make debt payments go up. Beyond the risks, it's worth mentioning their approach to human capital. They are focused on developing and training associates through leadership programs. They also emphasize diversity, equity, and inclusion day among associates. Giving back is important to them. They have a partnership with Feed the Children, providing transportation and donations. Plus, they have the Americold Foundation, which offers support to members of their work family. The company filed an attestation to its management assessment of the effectiveness of its internal control over financial reporting by their registered public accounting firm. Moreover, the company reports that it has not found it necessary to correct an error in past financial statements. Let's briefly peek at the properties they own. As of December 31, 2024, they had a global network of 239 warehouses, and most are in North America. These facilities are of different types, ranging from distribution to public, etc. Here's a short one. The report says that the company has no disclosures regarding foreign jurisdictions that prevent inspections. Alright, let's get into the financials. How did they actually perform? In 2023, they started Project Orion, a major investment in their technology systems and business processes expected to drive future growth and efficiencies. The primary goals of this project are to streamline standard processes, reduce manual work, and incrementally improve business analytics capabilities. This project is set to cost since inception $161.4 million. The report mentions multiple cost reduction initiatives, such as LED lighting and alternative power generation technologies. They're also actively trying to increase the amount of fixed business they have versus just on-demand storage to mitigate business volatility. It's important to remember that 2023 brought them a cybersecurity incident that did impact operations. We will see how that reflects on the numbers later on. They see people as a key asset, and they offer lots of employee well-being programs. Now let's compare and contrast a few key financial items. Looking at their warehouse operations, they decreased costs about 1.9%, but this was a slight increase of 1.1% for warehouse revenues. As a result, warehouse segment NOI contribution increased about 12.5%. Same-store financial metrics can also tell us how the company is performing. For similar operations, the revenue increased roughly 2.4%. As a result, same-store contribution NOI increased roughly 11.4%. Their transportation revenues saw a decrease of 10.6% due to lower volumes, which was partially offset by cost of operation decrease of roughly 10.5%. Third-party management saw a decline of revenues roughly 4.1%. However, this was offset with better margin management by the business unit. There was a $115.1 million loss on debt extinguishment during the year as a result of the extinguishment of debt to purchase 11 facilities in the company's lease portfolio. This item refers to when the company sold its equity interest in Americold LATAM Holdings for $36.9 million. They maintain a security program and engage advisors to protect themselves from cybersecurity threats. Since inception, the company has incurred roughly $161 million of costs to combat cyber attacks. The report highlights the experience of the CIO and other key people involved in managing security risk. This provides some assurance that things will be smooth. It's worth noting the company has roughly $3.4 billion in total debt. The following factors could limit our financial and operating activities. Cash flow may be insufficient to meet our required principal and interest payments. Possible credit rating downgrades. We may default on our indebtedness by failing to make required payments. We are subject to increases in interest rates for our variable rate debt. They are planning to opportunistically offer equity dependent on market conditions, which would likely dilute existing stockholders. Most of the company's assets are measured with level 3 unobservable data, implying more subjective measurements. In general, Americold is at risk of losses resulting from fluctuations in the exchange rates in international operations. So what's my take on all of this? The financials tell a story of resilience. While there were revenue dips in transportation and expenses from one-time events like the cyber incident and debt extinguishment, their core warehouse operations show solid growth. One thing that I would keep an eye on is potential market risks listed, such as the impacts from geopolitical conflicts and rising prices inflation in general. They depend on information technology systems to operate, which is why security and investment here is paramount. I see a lot of investment and planning in securing those assets for the future, which is great. Overall, the report presents a mixed bag. They are managing debt, but the cyber attack and financial uncertainty remain concerns. The company is growing and focusing on key relationships, which should benefit them in the future. That's all for this deep dive into Americold's 10K. Remember, I'm just breaking down the report. You need to do your own research and make your own decisions. If you found this useful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more corporate decoder videos where we make sense of these complicated documents.